Hi students, welcome back to JCE eConnect. We are discussing with Module 2, and Module 2 consists of three important semiconductor devices: JFET, MOSFET and SCR. In the previous classes already we have discussed about JFET and MOSFET. Today we'll be discussing the last part of this Module 2, that is SCR. So what is SCR? SCR stands for Silicon Controlled Rectifier. So silicon controlled rectifier is a semiconductor device that acts as a true electronic switch. Basically, SCR is a switching device widely used in power control applications. So basically it is a power electronic device. SCR has four layers, that is PN, PN, and it has three terminals. Those three terminals are called as anode, cathode and gate. Normally SCR has a wide range of applications in power electronics, including rectifiers, regulated power supplies, DC to AC conversion, relay control, time delay circuits and many more. So you can see here in this diagram the basic construction of SCR. If you see, it consists of four layers: PN, PN, and the three terminals are anode, cathode and a gate. So if you see the circuit symbol of the SCR, it is similar to normal semiconductor diode, but in addition to that, one more terminal, that is gate terminal, as shown in this particular circuit symbol. So SCR can change alternating current and at the same time can control the amount of power fed to the load. Hence SCR combines the feature of rectifier and a transistor. Hence SCR is also called as thyristor. So the complete operation of the SCR can be understood by using what is called as two transistor model or two transistor analogy of the SCR. The four layers PN, PN can be split into two parts as shown in this cross-sectional view. You can see here the upper P layer, N layer and some part of the lower P layer forms one transistor called PNP transistor, and the lower N layer, P layer and some part of the upper N layer forms another transistor which is NPN transistor. Hence the SCR can be viewed as two back-to-back connected transistor, one PNP transistor and another NPN transistor. So the two transistor model of the SCR is shown here. Transistor T1 is a PNP transistor and transistor T2 is an NPN transistor. Hence one PNP transistor and one NPN transistor forms the SCR. So here this is the anode terminal of the SCR, this is the cathode terminal and the gate terminal is here, which is obtained by shorting the collector of transistor T1 and base of transistor T2. So the same thing is explained again here in these figures. You can see the figures are clear here. There's a physical diagram of SCR where we have one PNP transistor, one NPN transistor, and this is the two transistor model using its transistor circuit symbol of PNP transistor and NPN transistor. So now we'll see how exactly this two transistor model works, or in short how SCR works, because I have told SCR is a power electronic switching device. So we'll see the switching operation of the SCR, how it can be used as an on switch and how it can be used as a off switch. So first we'll see the off state, how SCR can be used as a off switch. For that we have shown the various currents here and voltages, like IB1 is the current of the transistor, base current of the transistor T1. IC1 is the collector current of transistor T1 IC2 is collector current of transistor T2 and IB1 is the collector base current of transistor T2. Now in order to understand how transistor SCR can be used as an off switch, let a positive voltage V is applied to the anode and cathode gate G both are grounded. That is, a positive voltage V is applied to the between the anode E1 and E2 and the gate voltage is grounded as shown in the figure. As VG, the gate voltage is 0, the base emitter voltage of transistor T2 is 0, so the transistor T2 is in cutoff state. And since transistor T2 is in cutoff state, it means that collector base junction of transistor T2 through emitter base junction of T1 is reverse bias. Therefore, IB1 equal to IC0, the minority current, which is very small and almost equal to 0. Thus, transistor T1 and T2 both are off. Since gate voltage VG is 0, this transistor is off, which in turn make this current almost 0. So the transistor T1 is also off. Hence, when gate voltage is 0, both the transistors are off and the SCR behaves like a open switch between the two terminals, that is E1 and E2 of the SCR. This is how SCR can be used in off state. Similarly, to understand how exactly SCR behaves in the on state, again consider a positive voltage VC is applied at the gate as shown, and since VG is applied, VBE2, that is base emitter voltage of transistor T2 is VG. As a result, sufficiently large current IB2 will flow into the transistor T2, thereby turning it on. And since transistor T2 is on because of VG or because of IB2, a large current IC2 starts flowing in this circuit, and this IC2 is IB1 for the transistor 1, which ensures that the transistor T1 also enters into saturation, and as a result both the transistor T1 and T2 are on, and hence there exists a short circuit between the anode and cathode of the SCR, and the SCR behaves as a on state or on switch. So this is how SCR can be used as a switching device just by applying voltage, gate voltage. When gate voltage is present, it acts as a on switch, and when gate voltage is 0, SCR acts as a off switch or open circuit. Now next we are going to study important concept in SCR called commutation. Now what exactly you mean by commutation? Once the transistor is in on state, even if you remove the gate voltage, the SCR may not be off. Hence, the turn off mechanism of the SCR is called as commutation. That is, in short, commutation is nothing but how the SCR can be turned off. That the different ways in which SCR can be turned off is called as commutation. Basically, there are two different ways in which SCR can be turned off, and those two commutation techniques are called as natural commutation and forced commutation. Now, what do you mean by these two commutation techniques? A natural commutation is nothing but when the source that feeds the current to the anode of the SCR is such that it is like alternating in nature, then whenever the supply voltage crosses 0, automatically the SCR will be turned off, and this method of turning off the SCR is called as natural commutation. That means naturally whenever the applied voltage crosses 0 and it goes to negative cycle, automatically the SCR will be turned off. Hence this method of turning off the SCR is called as natural commutation. Right? The second method of turning off the SCR is called as the forced commutation. Now what is this forced commutation? So as the name itself indicate, here SCR is not going to off on its own naturally. You are forcing the SCR to turn off, hence the name forced commutation. So what is the method used in this? So here when the SCR is on, you know that the current flows from anode to cathode. So to turn off such SCR, we will be supplying a current to the SCR in the opposite direction, so that the net current flowing through the SCR should become 0 and the SCR should be turned off. This commutation method is called as forced commutation. So one method of forced commutation is explained here. You can see that there is a SCR where voltage V is connected between the anode and the cathode is connected to ground, and sufficient gate voltage is also applied to ensure that the SCR is on. Now here the additional circuitry what is used along with this, is called as commutation circuitry. And you can see here the commutation circuitry consists of one bipolar junction transistor and supply V, and a pulse is applied to the base of this transistor. In the absence of any pulse applied to the base of the transistor is off, so it will not affect the working transistor, a working SCR, and the SCR will be functioning normally. But to turn off the SCR, now we have to apply a positive pulse, short duration pulse like this, to the base of the transistor. When this positive pulse is applied to the base of the transistor is on and it starts conducting the current, and you can see that the direction of current is in this direction, that is from cathode to anode of the SCR. Hence you are injecting a current in the negative direction and you are ensuring that the SCR will be turned off. So this method of commutation is called as forced commutation, right? So we can view like the natural commutation is like the natural death, that is you are turning off the SCR by applying alternative current, whereas forced commutation is treated like you are murdering it. So we can say that here by supplying the current in the opposite direction, you are turning off the SCR, or you are forcing to turn it off, hence the name forced commutation. So after studying the forced commutation and the natural commutation, the next important part of this section is the characteristics of the SCR. You can see here that the characteristics of the SCR, it's like the VI characteristics of the semiconductor diode, but not exactly same as that of the semiconductor diode. So this is the circuit symbol of the SCR, wherein the positive voltage is applied to anode and negative voltage is connected to the cathode, and sufficient gate current is passed through the gate to ensure that the SCR is on. Now you can see the characteristics of the SCR. So this characteristics is basically divided into three parts. This region is called as the reverse blocking region. This portion of the characteristics is called as forward blocking region, and this portion is called as the forward conducting region. And you can, one more thing you can see from this is that the SCR characteristics is drawn for different gate voltages, and you can see that as the gate voltages increase, the characteristics curve of the SCR moves towards the y-axis. Now from this characteristics of the SCR, we can define different parameters of the SCR, and those different parameters of the SCR are given here. The first important parameter of the SCR is forward breakover voltage. So what is forward breakover voltage? It is the voltage at which for a given gate current the SCR enters into the conduction mode. From forward blocking mode, when it enters into the forward conduction mode, at what voltage this happens, that voltage is called as forward breakover voltage. And very important thing to remember here is this forward voltage reduces with increase in the gate current. Next important parameter of the SCR is holding current. So as the name itself indicates, it is the value of the anode current below which SCR switches from conduction state to forward blocking region. That means what is the minimum current that is required to keep the SCR in forward blocking region is called as holding current IH of the SCR. The third important parameter is latching current. So what is latching current? It is the minimum value of the anode current required to keep SCR turned on after removing the gate signal. That means even if you remove the gate voltage or even if you make the gate current 0, the minimum value of the anode current that is required to keep SCR on is called as holding current of the SCR. So these three are very important parameters of the SCR. The fourth parameter of the SCR is called as forward conduction region. So as you can see from the characteristics, it is a region in which SCR is on, that is short circuited and is in conduction mode. Similarly, with the next parameter is forward and reverse blocking region. These are the region in which SCR is off, that is open circuited, and no current flows from anode to cathode. So two parts, that is first two characteristics, the reverse blocking region and the forward blocking region. And the last parameter is the reverse breakdown voltage. It is the reverse anode to cathode voltage at which one of the two breakdowns takes place, that is either Zener breakdown or avalanche breakdown. That is what is called as reverse breakdown voltage of the SCR. So these are the important parameters that we can define from the characteristics of the SCR. Now the last part in this section is one simple as I said, there are a variety of application of the SCR in power control applications. So we are showing one simple application of SCR, that is variable resistance phase control. That means we know that the normal rectifier if you use, for the entire positive half cycle the diode will be conducting, and for the negative half cycle the diode will not be conducting, and we get output for 180 degrees and there will not be any output for the remaining 180 degrees. So here when you use SCR you can control this conduction like a period or the conduction of the diode, conduction of the SCR. A variable phase control can be obtained by using the circuit as shown below, wherein the SCR gate current is controlled through resistor R and a variable resistance R1. Resistance R and variable resistance R1. Let Rg be adjusted, that is this voltage is adjusted to high value so that even at the peak value of input will ensure that Iz is less than Iz turn on and no conduction takes place. Now if you reduce R1, Iz rises to turn on value at a particular angle or a particular time so that the conduction begins and continues till Vi reaches 0, that is for 180 degree. Now varying R1 allows us to adjust the SCR firing angles from 0 degree to 90 degree. That means you normal diode, as I said, will have a conduction of 0 to 180 degree, but because of this firing circuit we can fire or trigger the SCR at an angle of 0 to 90 degree. Accordingly we will be getting the conduction. So if you trigger it at 0 we'll get the complete 180 degree conduction, and if you trigger it at 90 degrees then you will get the conduction for only 90 degree. Hence we are varying by varying the resistance connected at the gate terminal of the SCR, we are varying the phase, and in turn we are varying the conduction angle by changing the firing angle of the SCR, and that is the very important application of the SCR. The same thing is explained here. With this we have come to end of the important topic of this module, SCR. To summarize what we have studied in this particular section is, we started with the definition of SCR, then we have seen two transistor model of the SCR, then we have seen the switching action using this two transistor model, then we have seen what is commutation, two different types of commutation, that is natural commutation and forced commutation. Then we have seen the characteristics of the SCR, and we have defined various parameters of the SCR like forward blocking voltage, latching current, holding current, and so on. And lastly, one simple application of the SCR, that is how we can control the phase of the output or the conduction of the current that flows to the SCR, we have seen in this particular application. So with this, we come to the end of module 2, that is JFET, MOSFET and SCR. Thank you.